All right, welcome everybody. I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate your continued coverage of this. For those that haven't met me, I'm Sergeant Paul Shavack. I'm the Director of Public Information for the Delaware State Police. With me is Corporal John Weglars with the Newcastle County Police. He's the PIO there. And Jermaine Crawford with the Wilmington Police. My intent here for this 12 o'clock update is to give you an operational update of what's going on at that scene, who's operating at that scene. Although I can provide you few investigative details because this is a dynamic and an active investigation by our investigators, I'll try to answer what I can. But again, I can't answer that many investigative details because it's an ongoing investigation. As long as we're both okay with that, I'll do what I can for you. At a later time, when our investigators and our investigative teams feel satisfied and comfortable to release some additional information, we'll put that out there for you too. I can tell you right now that the list of agencies, I want to give you a list of agencies that's operating at the incident: the Delaware State Police, the Wilmington Police Department, the Newcastle County Police Department, the Capitol Police Department, University of Delaware Police Department, Newcastle City Police, Newport Police. There's multi-jurisdictional special operations teams on site. The FBI is on site, the Secret Service, the ATF, and the Wilmington Fire and EMS. All of these agencies are working in conjunction together, doing a fantastic job with the situation that they came upon, and continue to work together for a successful conclusion to this investigation at some time. As I told you before, a shooting occurred at about 8 o'clock this morning in the lobby of the courthouse. A lone gunman, he's a white male, approximately 50 to 60 years old. Initially, we told you 20 to 30, but we can tell you this time the gunman is 50 to 60-year-old white male. He entered that lobby area and exchanged gunfire, opened fire, exchanged gunfire with the Capitol police officers in there. The casualties that we had 2 females that were killed in that gunfire. Again, we're still investigating the determination of where those shots came from. The gunman is dead. He's dead in the lobby there. I can give you that. In the exchange of gunfires, 2 Capitol police officers were shot, but I can tell you that they are non-life-threatening injuries. I can tell you that on behalf of the chief of the Capitol Police, they're doing well. They were shot, and their protective vests, took the bullets. How many shots that rung out there is still to be determined as we continue to process the scene and investigate and conduct interviews. So they are at a local hospital, both officers, and they're doing well. Give you some background information on those officers. One is a 50-year-old officer, male, and he served for less than a year with the county police or Capitol Police Department. And the other officer, a 42-year-old male, has been on the Capitol Police Department for 7 years. And again, fortunately, their protective vests saved them, and they're in good condition at a local hospital. Inside, I can tell you what's happening inside right now is our multi-jurisdictional special operations teams are almost complete their work on each floor of the 12 floors of the county courthouse. They went from floor to floor, room to room, as is procedure in any active shooter. The employees were sequestered at the time. The employees and the people that were in the courthouse, the public that was in there for trials or any other business that they may have been in there, were immediately sequestered. And we are in the process of systematically releasing them from that building. What entrance, what exit, I couldn't tell you at this time. The investigation is continuing. We're continuing to multiple interviews in there. Again, it was a dynamic scene. You have multiple witnesses in there. Our multi-jurisdictional investigators have been broken down into teams, and they're continuing that investigation. The Delaware State Police Homicide Unit is the lead unit and lead agency on the investigation. Although the motive for the shooting is still to be determined, I can tell you that this was not a random shooting. There's no nexus to terrorism. There's some misinformation out there that about different things and the motives to this shooting. And as I spoke to you before on the initial briefs, any information that doesn't come from me is misinformation at this point. At some point, we'll be able to put out some more investigative information as the investigation continues, and those investigators are comfortable with releasing that situation, that information about the situation. As I told you before, one crime scene here, but again, with any criminal investigation that there is, you have to backtrack on the suspect, find out his history, where he came from, where he was prior to this. So we're in the process of doing that also. But again, this was not a random shooting, no nexus to terrorism. I want to clear up some of that misinformation that's out there on Facebook and Twitter. And again, I am the sole source of information that's coming from this investigation at this time. If it doesn't come from me, it's misinformation at this point if I don't confirm it. I can take a few questions because I have to get back to an operational meeting. Randall?
Can you confirm that the shooter's name is David Matusewicz?
No, sir, I can't confirm that at this time.
Can you confirm that he was a subject of America's Most Wanted?
I can't confirm that either.
How many people
Confirm
were
that he was
inside?
there for a hearing on child support?
No, you know, it's still part of that active investigation. Until we can determine that mode, we'll put that all together for you. And again, if I had that information, I would give it to you. But give these investigators some time to get out there and do their jobs. And then I'll share that information that's releasable to you at that time.
Confirm that he's connected to the victims, that he's related, or there's.
No, not at this time. And again, once we're comfortable with giving that information, I have no problem doing that at all. But right now, at this time, I don't have that information. The next briefing that I go to, I'll see if I can get that information for you.
But the mayor said one of the female victims was the subject of strange wife.
I can't speak on behalf of the mayor or what his statements were.
Do you have a better idea of how many bullets were exchanged, how long the actual firefight?
I don't know. Time-wise, we're still reviewing surveillance footage, and we're reviewing the 911 calls and also our internal communications to determine the time of the actual exchange of gunfire. So I won't have an actual time for you. I can tell you that there was multiple rounds fired. Again, until we process that entire scene, till we look at we connect every dot. We have to pump the brakes a little bit, and we'll get back to you on that.
How many people are still inside the building?
I don't know.
Are they aware of what's going on?
Yeah, they're aware. They've been briefed, and I'm sure the court staff has tried to keep them as up to date as possible. They are not in harm's way. We've told them that. Also, we have victim services from multi-jurisdictions, including Wilmington, Newcastle County, and other police agencies on scene and at the hospitals to assist with the victim services part of this.
Can you explain why it's important to keep those in the building and the courthouse still?
Well, with any active shooter situation, I'm sure you guys have covered those before. As it is procedure, we want to make sure that we identify and we account for everybody in that building. We don't want to miss a piece of vital information that may be there, and we don't want to miss a shooter that may be in that building. Again, and that's procedure. That's not what we're looking at here today, but with that procedure, we don't want to miss any of that.
Status on the suspect's car?
I don't have a status on his car.
What kind of weapon did he have?
I can't release that yet, but I will.
Can you say it's a handgun?
I can't say, let me confirm that for you, Sean, first.
How are you releasing the people inside the courthouse? Is it floor by floor? Once you clear a lower
Yeah.
floor, they come out?
Again, they continue to operate up there, checking floors, checking buildings, and there's a lot of rooms in that courthouse that we have to go through. There's a lot of closets and things of that nature. Once we feel secure that they're good to go up there, we'll release them
And there's
systematically.
a second parking garage about a block down that appears to be on lockdown.
Right,
as well. Is that
and again,
related?
in any active shooter situation with the way the police operate at those, we'll check those areas just to make sure that there aren't any, to locate the vehicles, to locate other vehicles that may be there. So that's protocol as per a active shooter investigation.
You did say that he opened fire first, and then the officers returned.
That's correct. That's what we believe.
Did he take his own life, or was he shot by the police?
What's that, sir?
Did he take his own life? Or was he
We're
shot
not sure. That's part of the investigation. We'll be able to release that at the determination of the autopsy.
Can you say where the victims were?
I don't know. It's normal business hours there at that lobby, so I can't give you. If they review that surveillance footage and they're able to get that number for you, I'll see if I can get that.
Oh,
But
so-
I don't have an idea.
Normally, there's like employees come in and then the public is admitted. 8 o'clock's right around that time. Do you know if they were admitting members of the public yet?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the status was. And again, we spoke about earlier about the lobby of that building, how that is a public area, and you can walk right in from the street into that lobby area. That's where you assemble to go into the courthouse itself. And he did not break the perimeter of that security force of the Capitol PD. They did a great job in there. They didn't get past the metal detectors or where the Capitol Police Department has their security perimeter set up.
On
Do
the
you know
six
where the
female
victims
victims,
were
do we know,
standing?
did they work in the courthouse or were they coming just members of the
I
public?
don't know. I don't know. And again, there's a lot of information, a lot of detail that is part of this investigation. As soon as those investigative teams follow up on their leads and follow up on their investigation, I'll release. I'll get that information for you. What they're satisfied with, and they can release it, and they're comfortable
Do we
with
have
releasing.
approximate ages or anything on the female?
No, I don't have that at this time.
Why don't you think it was a random shooting?
Just part of the investigation of what they're doing and the interviews they've conducted so far, they have determined that it wasn't random.
So he was targeting these victims?
That's correct.
Are there any other
Right.
sites besides the courthouse where you're interviewing people, perhaps outside the
No, you know,
city of Wilmington?
there's multiple, you know, what you do in these situations is you track back that suspect, determine where he's from, any familial connections within the area, and they won't leave any stone unturned. They'll continue this aggressive investigation until they get all their answers.
But his family and the family of the two women, have they been notified? Have you been able to track them down?
I can't answer that question. Yes.
So, I'm sorry, have
Last
the women,
question.
the victims, gone through security already?
No, I believe they're in the lobby area, the public lobby area. Thank you. What we'll do is let's
Do you know
couple
when
housekeeping.
The last courthouse, last time there was a shooting in a
I do not know. I don't have a date for that.
You say he targeted both women?
One that we're sure of.
You mentioned that we do cover an awful lot of these active shooter situations. It seems like they're picking up speed, we're covering more and more. What's your reaction as you know, the state police to this?
Well, you know, especially with all the gun laws and everything that are out there now, it's a big exposure. But we're prepared. We train for it, as do the other agencies that are with me. We're trained for it. We're ready to react if that happens. That's what I can give you now. Just a couple housekeeping things. I appreciate the Chase Bank for allowing us to use this area. Please respect their room here. I'm not answering any more questions. Please respect their room here. I appreciate you coming out. As this investigation progresses and there's more detail to be given to you, we'll get that information to you. I mean, I'm only as good as much information as I have, and that's how it works. I'll give that information to you when those investigators are satisfied. Up until then, we'll continue to put some releases out. We'll schedule another update. I can't give you a time as the investigation progresses until they can give me more information. Because again, I'm not going to come here in front of you and tell you I don't have anything.
Have the Capitol police officers worked with police officers previously? Sounds like they were in the 40s and 50s, have they been previously worked with police officers?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to refer that to the Capitol Police as their personnel department to give you that background information on that. All right, thank you.
Around what time should we gather?